welcome to Pick Central. Today is June 24th, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was gross. I can't believe it's June 24th.
It is late.
Summer's flying.
That's hot.
We got
It's
an
tough
email
out
this
there,
morning
boys.
also being like, we're halfway through the year. Not what you want to hear.
No. Oh, my God. That's
crazy.
Christmas might as well be here.
Yeah.
Today we're brought to you by DraftKings, the best sports book out there. Obviously, get ready for a night full of big fights and big action. It's UFC 303, and it can be even bigger. Jump in on all the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of UFC. Big Ev is our resident Pick Central UFC guy. Tell him a little something about your little UFC 303.
I'm excited. I mean, we got a rematch. It's Pereira versus Prohaska. That was the main event at UFC 295 in the Garden in November.
Oh,
Unbelievable fight.
yeah.
Or Brian Ortega versus Diego Lopez in the co-main event. We interviewed Brian Ortega on Spinning Back this Friday. It just came out.
Nice.
So watch that. But now the fight's going to be, it's a National Fight Week. They always put together an absolute banger card. I'm going to be in AC watching it at the DraftKings Sportsbook at Resorts in AC.
Oh, nice.
Very excited about that.
Look at
So,
you.
yeah.
You're such an AC guy. It's perfect.
I love AC so much.
You better wear that exact outfit you're wearing now for
I'm
that.
pretty sure this is the shirt I wore at 300.
Yeah. That's a
When I was there.
That's a UFC shirt.
Oh yeah,
right there.
there's in DraftKings they have all the props, everything. It's unbelievable.
It's super easy for first timers to get started. Try betting on something simple like picking a fighter to win. Go to DraftKings Sportsbook app, select your fighter, and place your first bet. It's that simple. Just watch Pick Central. Big Ev will give you. If you're a beginner, Big Ev will give you. It's not guaranteed win. Everyone bet responsibly, but advice will be given on the show. The light heavyweight title is on the line in the main event, but there are so many more amazing matchups happening in Vegas. And speaking of amazing, if you're new to DraftKings, listen up. New customers bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code PICKCENTRAL. That's code PICKCENTRAL for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Get that big fight feel only on DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Someone did tweet, I think it was someone, I forget who it was like, because you know the beer games were supposed to be tomorrow in Vegas.
I thought it is still
Still tomorrow, but it's in
Nashville.
Nashville. It is 108 degrees in Vegas.
That's Vegas, baby. That's Vegas during the summer.
There would be casualties out there if they had the beer games.
I mean, it's just been brutal in New York the last.
That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
Imagine Vegas, bro. Holy shit.
It was really bad when I was there.
Oh, how was the Sphere?
Oh, sick. It's the coolest thing I've ever been to concert-wise.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
That sounds
everything was
great.
right.
Really?
Everything was right.
Oh, wow. That's nice. Good for you.
Good man, Dukes.
Yeah.
He's watching the dead on the Sphere. He's celebrating championships. I mean, it's a Dukes world. We're
Yeah.
all just
No, it's
living
been a
it.
good 2 weeks.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Very happy for you.
Crashing down is going to be a hell of a burn.
Patriots right around the corner.
Yes.
Come on,
Exactly.
Plummer's not here.
Yeah. Well, Clemens doing, Clemens off, he's just on another show now. He's just the Yak guy.
He's a Chi-Town guy.
And listen, the Yaks are one of our biggest shows. Good for him. I'm just saying. He's just now, it's like,
Looking for purple
I
hats.
saw Monday morning, maybe we could talk Clemens some baseball. He's just looking for purple hats in Indiana.
Well, I mean, what does he got to talk about? Edwin Diaz, 10-game suspension.
Yeah. His Mets just cheat, pretty much. It's like, that's cool. And it was like, Edwin Diaz is like, everyone's like defending him. There's too much rosin to know the rules. Bro, you know the rules. If your hand looks like a bunch of white shit on it and it's sticky, they're going to throw you out. Like, I don't care what anyone says, you're an idiot. If you saw his hand, it was like, yeah, dude, you don't think they're going to say something?
It's truly crazy to see on Twitter yesterday the victim mentality.
Oh my God. I was like, are you serious?
You got caught, like your hand is literally full of gook.
It's
What do you think?
literally
Yeah.
exactly what they say to not
Like,
do.
and Meek's not even saying anything because he knows.
he knows.
Right. He
Yep,
knows
hand caught in the sticky jar. Meek, I was like, Meek, Diaz, always been a sticky guy, right? He's like, well, he wasn't using it in fucking May.
Yeah. Also, it was very funny to see, like, he had a 2 ERA in 2022. Obviously, he
Great
got
year.
hurt in
World Baseball
last year.
Classic.
And then this year is like a 4.5. And then he goes out there strutting around with fucking the most sticky hand I've ever seen. I've had less stickier hands with eating syrup with fucking waffles.
Yeah, jerk
That's
off an
insane.
elephant and have leftovers.
It was crazy. And you're so right, Ev. It wasn't even just Barstool like Mets fans. It was
everywhere.
It was Mets fans out there being like, this is like the third time we've got ejected for this
It was
year.
the third time.
And it's like they're going after the Mets. They're always they check everybody, bro. Everybody, every closer that goes out there, they check. Every starter that goes out there, they check. When I saw that hand, I laughed out loud when he was like, "Coach, I don't know why they're throwing me out." Because you're fucking dumb, dude, and you're stuck without it, so you can't have it happen. You need it on your hand, and you got caught.
Can I say my thoughts?
Of course, Phil, because we get
I have a feeling
Clemmer.
you're going to.
Well,
Yeah.
I want to say my thoughts since Clemmer's in Chicago and can't say his. I mean, I think that whole spider tack being banned thing was just dumb to begin with. I'd rather a guy that throws 98 miles an hour knows where the ball's going.
So, wait.
I get it. No, I like that.
No, I
like that.
get it, but also I don't think.
So like
it's dumb
it's
to
not
get rid of it.
necessarily control. It's like spin rate.
Yeah,
like
Diaz isn't a guy that relies on spin though.
Oh, but so just for Smitty's right. It's for like.
No, I agree. Some pitchers use it for spin. Some people
it's
use
to
it
make it a wiffle ball, not a baseball.
Also,
I
yeah,
always thought that was dumb.
it is also kind of funny.
I
They
like-
banned it, and like offense is still down,
Yeah, that's,
Well,
which is crazy.
I think
thought
Rob's onto something with the balls, but that's neither.
That's another story. Yeah.
Also, I think even though I would almost guarantee that Meek's got some tweets about the Garrett Cole situation.
Oh, I
Oh,
do, and I
of
regret.
course.
I regret.
He
everything
saying
that's
Oh.
this,
done.
but I was like, when she was on the other foot, I guarantee
Ev.
it was like
Dude just
cheater,
fucking
Garrett-
typing at Meekville in the
Ev,
search
he's
bar.
got
Garrett Cole.
47 tweets about Garrett Cole, and Garrett Cole's been completely. He was literally the
mean,
best pitcher last year.
He's figured it out without it. Clearly.
Yeah.
He had some growing pains when that first happened.
Oh yeah, for like 3 games, and everyone was
couple,
freaking
yeah,
out.
yeah.
Yeah, then let's see Phil's fucking tweets about him.
I'd be surprised if he had none about Garrett Cole and the Raza, whatever you want to call it.
I had some good Garrett Cole tweets. The Deuce is trying to get up on the screen.
Not some, maybe at least 40. Also, security guard Dan texted Liam, being like, "Hey, come with camera. Ebony's having a baby," and he was all right. Just that was a test run. It was ridiculous.
Just see his response.
Yeah, just see your response time, and Liam's like, "Why are we doing this?"
Also, can I just ask one other thing? It's like, why are in some of these cases, the pitchers allowed to wash their hands off and be off scot-free? And in some cases, the umpires judge, jury, and executioner. It's like, nope, 10 games. no matter
Because
what.
I think this
That's
one
what I don't
was. That's fair. I do think this one was so outrageous. It was like you're trying to cheat. Where some people, I think there's some rosin on there, and it's like, all right, let's.
But
just
also, he
wash
didn't
it
even
off.
throw a pitch at that point, though.
Bro,
so
his
that's-
hand was
like,
insane.
That
I think there is some muddy waters of the rules where they don't know. What's this one
Garrett
say?
Cole in big games.
Oh
Garrett
my
Cole without cheating. Garrett Cole and Tyler Glasnow are facing each other in Game 5 tomorrow.
That's a pirate jab.
Imagine if they were on the
Well,
same
he made up
team.
with Glass now.
Well, it's Glass is probably back on it.
Yeah.
He did the Garrett Cole without tweeting or without cheating. That was the one.
Oh,
I was
is
What was the legacy game for Garrett Cole?
probably
That's the
playoffs.
wild card
Yeah.
game.
Against
If the
Red
New York
Sox.
Yankees had
He
any
did
pride
very
as an
well.
organization, they'd released that blatant cheater and liar Garrett Cole for being silent on the Astros cheating tactics of 2018 and 19.
And what was Edwin Diaz tweets last night? Anything?
I called it a witch hunt.
Thinking
Yeah.
about how Garrett Cole
is.
gave up more than one earned run today, and then realizing Jacob deGrom hasn't done that in more than half of his career
These
starts.
aren't- Okay, now we're good.
Yep, there he
I'll
is.
be the
Oh,
judge
yeah,
of that.
we're not good. It's gonna keep going. The best pitcher like ever.
The
Fucking
James
Phil.
Harden jab in there too.
It just mixed in.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna be honest. At one point last night, I was like, I thought the Mets fans made me almost feel wrong. That's how many tweets I saw where I was like, am I the only crazy one that I think this is insane that they're like feeling bad for him?
Also, Marty, the other thing, it's Diaz said that he used too much rosin, which is an MLB approved substance.
Of course he said that though.
But
He's
it wasn't-
obviously
and
not
then-
going to say that he used
Oh,
Spite Attack.
Murderer says I didn't do it.
And
OJ said he didn't do it.
one minute. David Cohn, a well-respected person, said he used Pelican Grip, which is also an MLB approved substance.
That's all. But again, he has no idea what he used.
So I just think it's inconsistent the way you. How do you measure stick? What is too sticky?
Bro, you look at the guy's hand and
Okay,
you
you're
go,
looking.
okay, this
You're
guy
talking
is.
about looking, not feeling.
It doesn't. No, they felt too. They also
you felt his hand?
No, they all did. The umpires did.
Okay. Meanwhile, Joe Musgrove was allowed to have his shiniest ears in October and a fucking cold October night, and no one had a fucking problem with that.
You knew it was going to come up. You knew 2022 playoffs were going to come up some way, somehow.
Are you forgetting that the Mets manager literally complained about it, and they finger fucked his ears after, and there was nothing there?
Yeah, they fucking finger fucked his ears because they wanted to. They wanted to jack off to him. I'm just so mad right now.
That one didn't make sense.
I can't make sense.
The MLB
Somehow, I don't know where the jack off came from there.
Finger fucking to a jerk off.
They wanted to jack him off.
Take him on a
was-
date first.
That was some wild word salad.
Fuck Trevor Bauer for blatantly.
Trevor Bauer's striking out 19
Trevor
in the
Bauer's
Mexican
the
League
reason
right now. He
why-
doesn't need your fucking.
Yeah, 19 Ks.
Trevor Bauer is the reason why Spider Tack got banned because he made a fucking mockery of it, and he was the reason why he pointed out the blatant cheating.
I mean,
And now he's in Mexico
listen,
striking out
don't make
guys
me
no one
try and
cares about.
defend Trevor Bauer right now.
No, but he's the
Because
reason
it was
why.
smart what
Spider
you're
Tack's-
doing, but don't make me defend, because that's not the reason why everyone hates him. That actually maybe was a good point.
Yeah.
Other things, no. But yeah, I thought yesterday was kind of crazy how everyone was freaking out. It's funny that it's the third time. Edwin Diaz is a mess, but hey,
Oh, the Mets are a mess.
well, no, they
No,
got
we're good.
Grimace.
They've been playing
They're-
well, yeah.
Well, they had Grimace.
No, we have Grimace still.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, you lost. You lost. I thought once you
They're like
lose a
eight-
game,
they're like
it kinda-
8-1.
We haven't lost a series with Grimace.
Aren't they?
Okay. Oh yeah. But
We
the
have two-
goalpost get pushed back a little
No,
bit.
we
It's
have
okay.
2 losses with Grimace. Like it's.
The fact
still
that this is
there.
like a talking point is so funny.
Are you scared of Grimace, Smitty?
I'm not scared of Grimace. I actually applaud Pete Alonso for being honest and taking Grimace over Frank the Tank, which is, I mean, such a like not even a load like. Is it a loaded question or not a loaded question?
it's
It's like
an easy
it's like
answer.
asking, do you want a hug or do you want to be kicked square in the nuts?
Yeah.
Like, there's no wrong.
Hang out with Hitler or walk?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I want to walk, dude. Because also, Jack Mack had a funny tweet. It was like, do you think Pete Alonso is just sitting at first base now being like, am I getting cooked on Twitter? Like, after answering that?
They sandbagged the fuck out of him with that question.
So, I mean,
Sandbagged.
even the announcers.
there was
were
no
like,
answer that was going to go over well.
None, dude. But yeah, listen, the fact that it's even a talking point is funny. Do you think that they ever do you think they have to like completely say exactly what you can use, what exactly your hand, or is it always going to be murky waters?
I mean, there definitely should be like a clear like. I mean, really, there is. I mean, there is kind of in. There is like a clear like you can use these, you can't use these, but I guess it is muddy waters when the can and can't use it. There's like a lot of similarities between some of them.
The fact that
Like that's where it gets muddy.
Phil did say like the Pelican,
Pelican,
like
David Cohn talked about.
yeah, like what is that for the bats you can use it for?
Yeah.
But like that doesn't make any
Also,
sense.
There's one other thing I want to bring up. The fact that it's a 10-game suspension for both a starting pitcher and a reliever is insane.
No, it's not. It
Yes,
should be the exact
If a starting
same.
pitcher gets suspended 10 games, there's a chance he can miss one start if the off days line up.
Yeah, but usually
If a
using.
reliever being
But
suspended for
that's
10 games, that could be 7 games. They just can't
it's the
use
same
it.
We also
exact
talk
thing,
about
though. It's
but
10
innings output
10
too.
innings pretty
Yeah,
much.
innings
But
output.
that affects one singular game. This could affect 7.
It also could affect none if the Mets are just getting smoked all the time or winning a lot too.
I agree. I'm saying I think it's inconsistent. I think relievers it should be 5 games and starters it should be 10.
I think it should just be.
So maybe I
Or
mean,
just
I just
don't
think it's
do it.
I
And
think it's
I
absurd.
was thinking maybe the reliever should be that much more careful then.
yeah, that's just when a guy.
You-
If you're going to
make a-
pitch
I was-
every night, every
When you
other
go
night.
from Jerry Seinfeld was right. Trumpets fucked him.
Yep.
He got cocky.
Yeah.
Trumpets became a big thing, and then,
No, I don't think it was the Trumpets. It was Timmy Trumpet, and I called it the day that Timmy Trumpet came to Citi Field. That was the day that the music died.
Oh, that was beautiful.
No, I
That
fucking
Billy Joel right there.
I fucking
No,
hate
it's Don
Timmy
McLean.
Oh,
I fucking hate Timmy Trumpets.
I could tell. I didn't know you really were that big on Timmy Trumpet.
He made a whole fucking thing about himself, like something really cool that I think, besides Yankees fans, I think could improve. Like the Edwin Diaz thing for any casual fan, I thought was super cool.
It was cool for like the first time.
And
then,
once Timmy fucking Trumpets
but then,
made it about himself.
one they made it like when they're you can't they just ruined. That's how everyone does stuff. They ruin everything.
In that time period, I told Frank, I said Timmy Trumpets is going to kill the Mets, and we got some all-time rants.
I think the Mets actually killed the Mets that year.
No.
I think it was Tim.
Mets kill the Mets every year. They just stink.
Timmy motherfucking
stunk
Trumpets
forever.
killed the Mets.
So the Mets are only a game out the wild card right now.
Hey, Mets only game
So
on
is
the wild card.
everybody.
Braves are right there. Everybody's doing very well in baseball. Yankees are doing great.
Yankees are good.
Little tough stretch, but I mean, I'd say we've definitely been
Oh,
playing
we
well.
lost 3 games in a row. Shucks.
Yeah, you had to face.
So no, it's okay. You guys are still up there, best record in baseball.
We are.
I mean, Smitty, they had to face.
It's like a winning percentage thing.
Yeah, I
We're,
know.
Like right
but we
next-
are though.
There, congrats.
If anyone says that you have the best record when you don't have actually more wins than
We
winning
have the most wins.
you're a loser.
We have the most wins.
If you're saying that anyone with winning percentage compared to actual wins in the column is sad. That's the one thing I'm going to say.
You guys are up. You guys are one of the best teams in baseball. You guys are the best team in the American League.
Yeah,
The Phillies.
that's true.
The Phillies have been like very
There's been,
good.
they've been this. It's we're
Phillies
both
are
amazing.
Phillies are approaching kind of.
Are they a dynasty?
No, absolutely. You have to win at
Didn't
least.
they- didn't they-
You have to win at least 2 to become.
They've
a
won the
dynasty.
World Series, though, right?
They won in 2008.
Oh, I thought you.
Yeah,
I mean, the Phillies,
2008,
You would think they've won like
1980.
3 World Series.
Did you forget what
No.
Tico did to him in 2022?
No.
Oh, I remember what that chair.
Still
did.
one of my favorite videos of all time.
I don't think
I've never laughed so hard.
Chair was incredible.
The timing of the pan,
That was a long night.
just Smitty walking to all. It literally.
Cameraman deserves a raise too.
You seen the movie
Attaboy.
Jumper?
Yeah.
It literally looked to me like you fit like Jumper like from the sky. Like you just like they're just like thrown there.
The saddest part about the Phillies the past 2 years, specifically not this year, but the past 2 years, is like when you know, especially offensively, that they don't have it. You know that a 1 run is 1,000, and it doesn't matter. And those Astros games, one game where they got shut out, no hit in the World Series, and the clinch game, like they were down by 2 runs. Kyle Schwarber last at bat's trying to bunt. Like that's how bad,
Yeah.
that shit's hitting the fan. So of course you had to knock a few back and Tico Texas to deal with Tico Texas. But the Phillies this year, however, Bryce Harper, I believe, this morning was plus 240 on the DraftKings Sportsbook for MVP. Shohei Ohtani is in the lead, which is wildly impressive because he's not even pitching. He's below money right now. But Bryce Harper, people want to take a look at that. He hasn't even hit a stride yet.
1,000%. 240, I would take right
He
now.
has not.
It's never
even
gonna go.
fucking
It's
hit
never
a
gonna go.
stride yet.
Yes, I
So,
agree. I like that.
I don't think they can give it to a DH too. Has a DH ever won MVP? Like did Ortiz
I
ever
actually,
win
I also think since he also
so.
he won it last year, obviously too, right?
But yeah, but
so
he
it's
was
and I
pitching.
know he was pitching, so it's like they would rather give it to a guy that's playing.
It's like the
day.
1 year you're gonna get away with not
A
giving. it.
DH
Yeah.
had to have won. Frank Thomas never won one
I can.
when he was DHing.
Nobody has ever won DH playing MVP solely playing DH. Don Baylor was the closest player to do so. He was the Angels
Wow.
DH in 40% of the games in 1979.
So it's even better.
Okay, so it's even better for Harper since he's playing a legit Gold Glove first base. But the offense isn't even the question of the Phillies right now. Once they hit their strides, once they get another bat in the outfield with Dombrowski going nuts at the trade deadline, they're going to be absolutely set. The pitching staff wrote a blog today. The 5th starter, Christopher Sanchez, is legitimately better than a lot of aces out there. The Phillies have the top 3 lowest ERAs in the NL
by qualified pitchers.
by qualified pitchers. Lopez is not for the Braves. It is not on there. The top 3.
Yeah, I saw that stat today. It's actually crazy.
What they're doing is it's not a flash in the pan at this point. We're halfway through the season. I just hope it all comes down to the playoffs. That's what sucks.
That's
It
what
all
now-
comes down to the playoffs.
Honestly, it almost kind of like this is gonna sound so like champagne problems for us. Now, like you just are waiting for the playoffs. Like the Mets right now are every game's a fucking big day for them. You know, like they're in the wild card race. Phillies, Yankees, we just have to wait to the playoffs.
Well,
now.
you need health and
course.
momentum. Once August comes,
Our health is going.
once August comes, you want them winning 8 out of 10 games.
Do you think that's something that affects teams like going into the playoffs where it's like they aren't battle tested going in? That's why we see like the
No.
100-win Dodgers lose or the 101-win Braves.
No, but I think
like,
momentum
lose.
definitely has something
Momentum
to do with it.
definitely does, but I don't think it
Definitely
helps.
does.
it
You see with the
hurts that
Diamondbacks
bad.
last year. You saw it all the way back with the 07 Rockies winning 20 games and going all the way to the World Series. Granted, they lost, but absolutely has something
Are
to do
you
with it.
like are the Braves a thought in your mind that
Yes.
they can catch you?
Yes.
Because I'd be scared. Like not
Yes.
scared, but I wouldn't count them out. Is what
No,
I'm saying.
absolutely not. I mean, they are, other than Ozuna, they are wildly underperforming offensively. I mean, Matt Olson, Austin Riley, Acuna's injured, obviously. Just found that out a minute ago. They even like Michael Harris, like these guys aren't playing like they usually do. And pitching, with Strider down, like they.
Chris Sale's been phenomenal.
Yeah, he's been phenomenal.
Also,
he's been phenomenal.
He's a guy
but
that Klummer said that was awful.
And I said that he was going to be good, and he was like, when you get older, you don't pitch well.
He must have thought Max Kellerman was a fucking genius.
That Clemmer, if
He's
he's
like, yes, finally, someone saying it.
I wish Clemmer was here to because I say this to him all the time, where he does the thing where he sees like a bad season, like a few bad starts, like, oh, they can't be good again. But you look at like every pick he ever gives out, it's like, oh, like he's been really good his last 3 starts.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not like he
Look
I'll
at,
come back. I want him. I wish I was here
bias.
because he'd be like he just loves contradicting himself.
Yeah, look
does
at
it all the
look
time.
at Charlie Morton's stats. I saw the stat when they were playing the Yankees.
Sure.
His stats were when he was like from whatever age he came in MLB to 30, he had like a 5 ERA.
Yes.
30 to 40 has been like a 3.28. Like it's been he's only gotten better.
he started like
Rich
throwing
Hill.
90. He's
Rich Hill.
Rich Hill was on
Yeah.
the
Yeah, but Rich Hill-
Long Island Ducks at 35.
Well, Rich Hill's velocity wasn't going up the older he got. Charlie Morton was with like the Pirates and Phillies in like 2015, 2016. They were like 98 all of a sudden.
Yeah. So it's not true for everybody when that happens, you know?
You think like a Morton, like you think he just like unlocked like something new, like in his motion or something? Like what?
Yeah,
like,
sometimes you're
in
more
ter- like it's different. It's one thing to pitch better as you get older, but to have like more velocity.
It also depends
as you get
on
older is just a
the
totally different thing.
different teams you're on too. Like sometimes it like a pitching coach can really help you unlock different pitches and shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like I almost think it had to be like they found something like a hitch in his motion that he was able to like explode more or something.
Also, it could be mental as well. When you get older, you're like, I don't give a fuck about anything anymore, and you just like you're not more tight up there. You don't know.
But also, he's
Like the-
he's
like a
not
real-
he's not the pitcher he was 3 years ago when he was locking down with the Astros.
No,
No.
Even 2
he's
years
still
ago.
been like he would be on any staff right now.
Probably, but he's not as locked down, and that goes to show the Braves have declined somewhat, but you still have to be scared of them.
Also,
Yeah.
just giving Klummer another bone. He was right about Giancarlo Stanton. He's injured for at least 4 weeks.
Everyone can say someone's going to get hurt when he always gets hurt, but he was not right about him not being a Major League Baseball player. He is literally like top 5 in home runs. His average is like way above average for him.
230, 240, which
I
like
agree.
power numbers. Like if you're gonna
The player
his
himself,
role on
he
the
was
team.
wrong about. Him getting hurt, yeah, it doesn't take a fucking genius to be like a guy's going to get hurt. And anyone would take him on their team this year.
without
wouldn't.
question.
I would not.
I'd rather
Red Sox are playing the best ball out of anybody in the MLB right now.
Oh, anyone that'd be interested in winning
I'd
would
rather
have
have
them on
JD
their team.
Martinez.
I
JD
can't-
Martinez has been on fire.
Great
Yes.
call. Great call, Phil.
Yeah, I like JD
There's-
Martinez. I think it's cool, crazy he puts JD on the back of his jersey. I think it's a
I think
lot.
it's pretty cool.
Put
I
the
like
whole
when-
thing.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Why?
I like soccer players when like their name's just like Paul or whatever, and they have just Paul as like their first name on the back of the jersey.
That's fine. Like Ichiro was great.
yeah.
But that's
that
like a
shit.
cultural thing.
Yeah, but I'm just saying
Like
like
in Asia, they put like your family name goes first.
isn't your family name the
name your
last
last name?
name?
That's what I'm saying. Like for example, like Yao Ming, like in theory, like his last really like his family and like his last name is like
Yao.
What are you talking
Wait,
about?
his last name's
Your
Yao.
last name goes first?
Yes, in Asia, I'm pretty like their culture, like they put like their family name before their like what
You're
we
telling
call
me
our first
Suzuki-
name.
Honestly,
his
you
first
could
name?
you could be making this up.
No, that's why. No. I'm saying like
Single
Ichiro.
clue.
I'm saying Ichiro. You call him Ichiro Suzuki, but Ichiro is on the back of his jersey.
Yes.
Yes.
It's his first name.
So Ichiro's his first name. Like if you're
But
Or
I'm
you're
saying
saying
that.
it's
But I'm
his
saying, why do you
last-
think it's on the back? Because it's his family name.
Again,
you're saying-
I can't argue with
Okay,
it because
so
I
you-
don't know.
I'm pretty sure what I'm saying is
I think
correct.
somehow
You're either
try
gonna
and look
be-
it up, but I also don't want you to look up because I kind
Chad's
of
either gonna call you a genius or
Yeah.
an idiot in about 2 seconds, so we'll find
Do
out.
we have
Yeah,
any
tell me,
Japan
let me
contact? Can somebody contact Hassan Reddick in Japan right now and see like
yeah,
what's
yeah,
going on?
yeah.
Um,
Oh, one more baseball thing I just looked up. My Rockies bet halfway through
what's your Rockies bet?
over 57 wins.
What's the record?
27 and 51. They started off bad too.
Yeah.
So they're on pace.
They're on pace.
Still, that's still
Like, it's
scary.
pace.
That's still scary. I wouldn't say that's like you're right. You're halfway through. But,
I'm already spending the money.
I mean, Rico was spending the Marlins bet like they're on like a 5-game winning streak now. Like he spent it a month ago when they were 1 game below the White Sox.
Who do they
Well,
finish the year
nobody's
with?
catching the White Sox. In
My dad is watching, so he's telling me that I'm correct. So
That's
my
a solid
dad
source.
says I'm
My
right.
dad says I'm right. I'm right. I love
Where
that.
was your father born? What city in New York?
Same as mine, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
Goshen lifer.
Yeah.
Shout out Goshen, New
Shout out
York.
Big F's dad. He's always
he's
he's a
watching.
loyal listener.
He watches.
He's a great guy.
He sends me things I say on the show during the show, probably at least once, twice a week.
Love that.
Okay, I did just look up this though, because I was curious if Ichiro was his last name. It says it was during the 1994 season that he began to use his given name Ichiro instead of his family name Suzuki on the back of his uniform.
Interesting, but that's
That made it 10 times more confusing to me.
We're gonna
So
be
Ichiro
stuck.
is his,
We're gonna
like-
be stuck on Ichiro before we get to Game 7.
We're gonna get to Game 7 in a second, but I do have a. Speaking of dads, does your guys' parents, anyone of yours, when you're going somewhere, ask you how you're getting there? Like what? Oh, you should take this road, this road, this road, instead of like. I called my dad the other day, told him some cool things happening, and then he's like, "Oh, how you getting to your cousins?" Like I don't know. I just plugged into the GPS. I've never been there before. Just plugged in the GPS. He goes, "Well, why wouldn't you take this road to this road to this road?" And I'm like, "Dad, this GPS tells you exactly how to get there in less time. But why? You don't even know where you are." I go, "It doesn't matter. I don't know where I am. You just take the GPS." And then, does your parents not do that? My dad, anywhere I go, because he knows, because they never had a GPS back in the day, I guess, or you're doing
On Long
MapQuest.
Island.
Yeah,
Anywhere on Long Island, my dad's like, we don't need GPS.
but I need it.
Yeah.
He's not in the car. I also I'd rather look at it than that. Anytime I go anywhere, it's like, why aren't you taking this road?
I think my father realizes he generationally traumatized us by taking a, quote, shortcut to the Jersey Shore that should have taken 2 hours when we were growing up, and 6 hours later we're on the side of the road whipping out the Atlas
My dad has
on the
done that.
Garden State Parkway.
So he was like showing off one time. Too. He goes, "I don't need this GPS." 2 minutes later, wrong turn, no idea where he's at.
Yeah.
And that's my.
That's
That's
it.
why it's the
Just one
best.
wrong move, and you're
That's it.
done.
You're fucked. You cannot get back sometimes. GPS is the best invention of all time.
I'm so woke to Waze nowadays. Waze, like,
Yeah, me too.
my mom's still stuck on Waze because Waze could get you there shorter with the traffic. Like 10 years ago, Apple figured it out.
Yeah, Google
Apple
Maps
is-
does this.
Right.
It does the same
same thing.
thing.
The best.
Wait, Chris,
It gives you the fastest route, like time wise.
It
Give you
happened.
4 different routes. You can even go a longer route.
It happened
want.
on the way to the Jersey Shore this weekend. I have Apple Maps, and my mom's like, "Why don't you just put in Waze?" And
Yeah, yeah.
Waze said it was going to take 30 minutes shorter, and I was like, "I guarantee once we get to the Belt Parkway, we're going to be stuck in traffic for an hour, and it's going to be the same ETA." And it was.
Waze was good when it first came out because no one was using it. So it was like, oh, maybe like they do a faster route. Now it's just everyone does the
Everyone
same
just
shit.
clogged up on the
But
same
Waze
exit.
isn't Waze like it's like more like a cops thing.
It's more,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
but
good for
also,
cops.
Like if I'm like
traffic and accidents.
yeah, like people, but some people
but also
are assholes
but
on
Google
there.
Maps or whatever does the accidents too.
Yeah, but some people are assholes on Waze. You can put like, oh, cops here, and there's no cops.
It's trolls.
You can troll.
Waze trolls.
You got Phil. And those are the deep cut trolls on Waze that are doing, hey, cop here, and then everyone's going 40 miles an hour now because they think a cop's coming.
They don't even get to like see the fruits of their labor. They're just
No.
like like I know some poor schmuck.
All right, let's get back to sports. We're going to talk about Game 7. I swear to God we're going to get there. What's going
Well,
on
man,
there?
breaking news: Scottie Barnes will be signing a 5-year extension with the Toronto Raptors for a lot of money.
How much? They haven't said
Awesome.
details.
Huge. Scottie Barnes.
Someone's going to be like, "It's disgusting that Scotty Barnes made
270
X."
million.
Well,
270.
Yep.
Wow.
Jesus. Good for
Has he
Scottie
made an
Barnes.
All-NBA? How was he able to sign such a bigger? Or no, was Siakam's 4 or 5?
I think Siakam's was 4.
Okay, that's
This is
what-
also the rookie extent. Holy shit! Wait, 270. That's 54 mil a year.
Because Siakam's was like 198 or something like that.
he was an All-Star Rookie of the Year, All-Rookie at First Team,
He made his first All-Star team.
McDonald's All-American.
Has Siakam been an All-Star?
Bench mob alum.
Barnes.
I mean,
That's why. That's what made his career take off. Being on Barstool bench mob.
it was close. It was close to the time, but we're going to see the first $1 billion contract. contract within the next 5 years.
Switch seats. I think your mic's like a little weird.
12:30.
It's been it was weird.
No, it's 12:30.
No, it was fine, and then the last 2 times he talked, it was weird.
But yes, we're gonna get the Stanley Cup. But I do want to say one thing because I had a conversation with you guys a couple months ago, and we were talking about it. Scottie Scheffler being like the next, rattling off majors like Tiger Woods. He's not a major, obviously. He is winning everything. He's in the top 5 of everything. No matter what he's at, he's 3 shots behind.
So what? He won $2.7 million, and his average for the year went down.
It went 3.6.
Yeah, 3.6 and went down. He's won now, I think, $27 million this year.
Yes.
That is
and he has a few
insane.
more things that are like guaranteed, like because I know like the Rapport did a video about like the Comcast. He gets like it's like 8 or 10 million from that. If you make the top 10, he's like basically he's like guaranteed already to do that. He'll be, I mean, if he wins the FedEx, he literally could win like $60+ million.
I can't even believe that Jordan Spieth won $2.5 million.
But do you know?
I mean,
Ken Scott's the caddy.
I was gonna say his caddy is
No, that's
literally
what I'm
more
saying.
than half the tour.
No, I know. I'm even surprised Spieth got to 2.5 because I haven't even seen him in anything. But is Scheffler, because Scheffler's what, 28?
Something like that, yeah, 27, 28.
Do you think like he can even come? Do you think he could come close?
No.
It's a long way away. I mean, he has.
I know, but he's got.
You can't be missing the cut at this year's U.S. Open.
You don't think this is the closest though that anyone's gonna come?
I want to see. I need to go on, like in
He's been winning. I know you're right. You got to win. You got to come close. But like he did win. What did he win? Was it the Masters this year?
Yeah, he won the Masters.
Masters, and he just won the Travelers.
He won a few. And
He
then
won 6 events.
if he wins the next one, I forget what's
the British
the British is the last
or the Open as
the last one, right?
Yeah.
The Open. If he wins that one, I think the conversation could be had. I think he's got a long way to go.
If he wins the British, he'll have one of the better years of all time, I'd imagine.
Oh yeah.
But we also, I mean, it's just like you got to remember, like Tiger, he literally had a point where he won. If there was 5 consecutive majors, I think he won like basically 4 out of 5. Like he did the Tiger Slam, he won 3 and then won the one he didn't win, like the first event of the next year.
And you just saw his graphic, Jordan Spieth. He had a run where people were comparing.
That's what I was gonna say. Like we've seen guys have run.
Yeah, but I feel like Scheffler's been like pretty consistent even as last year.
You could just say Mickey Mouse, by the way. I feel like you could just say Mickey Mouse.
Well, that's another thing too, where I think the majors are different because the majors have pretty much everyone playing in them, but the other tournaments, the pool has definitely been diluted some.
Yeah,
I think enough that it's worth mentioning at least.
It's definitely, but it's still like
what he's doing is insane. To me, it's more that it's a little bit different, but like a somewhat parallel to people. Obviously, Anthony Edwards has run. Everyone's like, oh, Michael Jordan. Like I'm more to me. Scheffler's done more than Edwards has in terms of like comparing 100%. Them. But my point is more just he needs to do this for a little bit longer for me to start even bringing up Tiger Woods and him in the same.
1,000%.
And to be honest, if he didn't barely not miss the cut in the U.S. Open, I'm probably more with you. But just the fact that he was just like out of it.
I mean, also, yeah. I mean, was it the major that he got arrested at or no?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's also, and he came in what, 3rd or something?
Yeah, he came in the top.
That's tough. You gotta give him that. That's a tough one that he came back from. Winning this, if he wins the Open, I think we got to have the
Is
conversation.
it crazy that I don't think it was that crazy?
You don't think it's
Arrest?
crazy that he got arrested?
I don't think that it was like everyone's like, wow, he got arrested and like he played
the most vanilla guy in the world getting arrested.
Him
He
getting
had a
arrested.
cop- he had a cop on all this car
That's not what I was
dragging
saying.
down the
That's what I was him going to like the jail and then going out playing like a good round of golf. I was like, that makes sense.
I just think that he's such a pussy, and like the way
Him
like
getting arrested was crazy.
him. No, I know, but like that fucking with like I feel like that fucked with him completely.
Well, I'm saying I think
See, like,
clearly
Bryce-
You're
that
also
would've been
looking at your
like-
image and stuff.
Oh,
too.
I don't know if we said this before, but one of the funniest tweets in the history of Twitter or X was a quote tweet of Scottie getting there in time to tee off, and Scottie Scheffler, this white millionaire, getting arrested for a felony assault charge on an officer and being back in time to make his team time is the whitest thing I've ever.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, is the whitest thing, and every other white person applauding him for doing it.
I mean, the Rappaport tweets that morning were all time.
Oh,
Dan Rapper, nice
arrests
guy,
a
but
police officer. He's out there golfing.
one of the worst tweets. One of the worst tweeting sprees of all time.
like Dan Rapper being like, surely like someone will do something about this. Like acting like it's like the worst thing that's happening in humanity
He's
right now.
such an amazing guy.
Scottie Scheffler like just sitting in jail for like 12 minutes.
But yeah, also I guess
He made his
getting
tea
like-
time. Literally made his tea time.
yeah, we'll have a glazing minute again. Dave just won 300,000
I mean, good for
again.
him.
I mean,
And
heater of a lifetime.
Tonight has a chance to win another $1 million of the first time ever happening in these Stanley Cup
Down 3-0.
playoffs. Down 3-0. Sending Nicky Smokes. He's writing a perfect book right now of what's out. It's crazy. I looked at his bet on Scheffler. I go, it's a good bet. Didn't even think about putting it in for myself.
Yeah.
Every time. And it's so stupid because he's right. If he's down a little bit, just bet him. And he did it. And tonight we have Oilers, Panthers. I mean, the Oilers are just going to win.
Game 7 sports.
What's the line? Does anyone know the line?
It's like a pick 'em. Straight pick 'em. I took the under because it's just Game 7 unders are just kind of like forever. They've just been like a winning
Yeah, it's like a
formula.
pick a -108.
I kind of want to call Clemmer for a second because he was really going after Nicky Smokes.
I'm glad I was going to say the same thing. I also don't think I think the bit is going over his head.
I know.
Clemmer yells like, I only say what I mean. I don't do bits.
Wait a
Like,
second, the bit's going over Clemmer's head or Nicky Smokes' head? Or both?
I think it was Nicky's at first. I think Nicky's like in on it now. And I don't think it was really going over his head. I think he's more just superstitious, like truly. Like I'm the same way because I think we talked about it. I think I would have reacted similar-ish in terms of like I would have been annoyed like going, but at the same time I think I would have obviously understood.
I think
like, you're
Dave
going
was
to the
half and
finals.
half though on Nicky Smokes. He was truly like, "What are you doing?" And then also like, "Oh, he isn't much. Let's go send him there."
100%.
I think it was half and half. I
Also,
don't think it was a full bit.
it's a great bit, but also Nicky has the chance tonight to have like the best night of his life.
To be fair,
If they can win,
he's having a win-win situation.
I agree. I've said it with Ohio State, Michigan. Ohio State losing is literally like good for my career, as awful as that is.
Yeah, but
losing to Michigan.
Also, like
because Dave's gonna just pump you the whole time.
Like, listen, it's also the Panthers. You know, like it's a win-win for him because it's probably not like he's going to die if they lose. Like if it was the Dolphins Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah, he's a
maybe.
bandwagon Panther.
all
probably
all
just a-
three Florida Panthers fans are going to be mad at him.
Yeah, exactly. Let me just call Clemmer right now because I need to hear from him of like,
What if you stop him
Clemmer.
wearing that purple hat?
you're live on Pick Central, the show you're.
Oh, hello, Pick Central.
Yeah, you know. I hope you're finding your purple hat today.
So far, we're striking out left and right here. Not good. We've seen 3 people with
All
purple
right.
hair.
Yeah,
and
that's
no purple
sure.
hat.
Sure. Question is, what's going on with you and Nicky Smokes? Why are you mad at him?
I wouldn't say mad. I would just say
All
like.
those tweets were there was back and forth was pretty.
No, it's just like if you have a chance to go to a game. I've never been to a game 7 of any like final. I've been to a game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals, but I've never. I'm sorry, no, not even that second round. Excuse me. I've never been to a game 7 of any sporting event ever, and I just think that like for a finals, I think that would be an incredible experience. I just think like that's like what isn't that what every sports
So
fan dreams of?
do you get that there's a bit going on or no?
I don't care about bits. So we had this discussion already.
No,
a million times. I think if you have a chance to go to a game 7 at your home and like you're getting paid for it, is like you are the luckiest man in the world. And I imagine every other fan who's watching that is probably thinking the same thing.
But Clemmer, I guess my point is, do you not understand that Nicky knows that? Like, are you like he knows that?
I don't care. I don't like the whole like we're pretend. I don't play pretend. So I don't know.
All
I
right.
don't know what I'm
Thank you,
This guy's
thank you,
unreal.
Clemmer. Thank
right.
you, appreciate it.
I don't think.
I
It's
mean, we
pretend.
knew
I don't think it's
exactly.
pretend.
It's,
Like it's
not pretend.
Clemmer that his brain is so
Lives-
hard.
he
Like
lives
Not
in his
pretend.
own reality.
It's Nicky Smokes is just like I would feel a lot more comfortable if I wasn't at this game.
he's leaning into it.
Yeah.
And also, Clemmer does think like I have no impact on the game. Blah blah blah. It's like we get it, buddy. Like you don't play on the team, you don't have an impact.
No, but you,
There's
He
like a
doesn't live in this reality. The man says he's not an improv guy. He's met 2 wives at improv. You cannot trust him with any sort of fact.
He
doesn't live on this planet.
He has horrific judgment.
It's just
Not even
funny.
judgment, but just like great guy, but he has horrific judgment. He just doesn't comprehend life.
And it's also not like it's not a bit. Like he keeps saying bit. It's like no. Dave has $1 million on it. There's a storyline now of Nicky Smokes, where there was no storyline at all for Nicky Smokes during this series. Now he's in Edmonton getting smoked by Biz and RA, and now he's going to go to Florida, like all this stuff. And Clemmer's still like, why are you complaining about going to games? There's part of this is content as well, but also Dave truly thinks this is helping him win.
And also,
I actually think it is too.
And let's keep in the same mind that with this, that Clemmer doesn't get it, but like to him, we're all the idiots and he's the smart one.
Oh,
we're morons, but
in his mind,
to him, he's smart and we're dumb. But
our whole thing
is so dumb he can't even process what's going on, what's slapping him in the face every day.
It also is funny. We explained exactly what that call was going to be before he even.
I know how his brain works. Like I've been with him enough now.
Him being the way he is, though, about like I have no impact, was so perfect. Somebody just brought up in the comments. Him at the Jets stream, being like, the last time I felt this optimistic going into the season was Testaverde tore his Achilles week 1.
But he has no impact.
4 plays.
And he probably
has no impact.
He probably doesn't, but like being on that side and like that happening, it was just like
unbelievable.
So good.
Unbelievable.
Placed by the punter Tom Tupa that year. That's how confident he was in the season. The punter was playing quarterback.
Yeah, that's
Tommy Tupa.
That was all Clemmer in a nutshell for you, right there. It's fucking ridiculous.
Would you go to Game 7?
Yeah, dude, 100%. Like I understand. My first reaction to Dave when he's telling me I don't do anything wouldn't be like, "Don't make me go." But I do think like I would have Do I think Duke lost for the Final Four because I was there? Yes, I do believe that still. I regret going to that game every day of my life. I truly do. I do because I was so confident in them winning that game. I was in the building. They lost. I believe in that shit. Sue me. I don't care.
Yeah.
But, yes, of course I'd go because look at the interaction he's getting on anything he does.
It's
and
it's huge. That's what I'm saying. It's huge for him. Like just be, like you said, the storyline is a perfect way to say it. Like the narrative storyline that's now been created by this, is now continued to snowball just because he goes. They actually fucking lose.
Yes.
Marty and Ev, do you feel like you two cost the Yankees a World Series in 2019 by not cleaning up that Chinese food?
Ooh.
No.
That was a little different, but
no, because also guess what happened after that? It's like the most talked about video all the time.
Yeah, almost another storyline thing.
Another storyline.
That led to the Ellie Schnitt stream was like one of the biggest streams we've ever done at this company.
Yeah.
That's a real punishment.
It was a real punishment, though. It sucked, to be honest.
Genuinely, that was one of the funniest.
People,
not just here, but like.
People forget. We had a guy, our guy, Joey, come on the stream because he has a stutter. And he was nervous, so he drank and was speaking perfectly in the first inning, being like, giving us like he was like literally John Sterling.
It is high.
He was like he was. I was like, wow, this is great. I'm listening on the radio. Dave was like, what the fuck happened to your stuff? Get out.
I
it was one of the most. That's like the most forgetting. People forget that part.
White Sox Dave gets sent here. He's late.
Oh my god.
He literally doesn't. He doesn't let him come upstairs. He makes him go straight. But another thing too that's so funny that I can still picture in my head was him all of a sudden Joey Lingo and turns into Vince Scully. And Gaz immediately, like, noticing it, like, for, like, 2 seconds. I mean, it walks over, like, the presidential meme, he, like, walks over, whispers in Dave's ear. And Dave just like, Joey, out. Like, get off. Like, you're out. Get off.
It was incredible.
Yeah,
like, he's like, yeah, you out. Ellie's doing it by herself.
It was incredible.
Also, Lane Goins, like, a massive baseball fan. So the second he had
he knows
3 beers in him and the stutter was gone, he was
Yeah.
just describing the game perfectly.
Oh, but I mean,
Shout out Joey. Joey's the best.
Great guy. Love Joey.
But the one clip where Ellie's doesn't know obviously what's going on, and you guys are on pins and needles, and then you're just like, what's that? Is it commercial? Is it commercial? Yeah, it's commercial. Yeah, got out of here.
Well, there's also like crazy things happen in the game where like even us would be like, I don't know how to explain what's happening. Like there was someone getting hurt and something else happening. It was fucking.
No, there was the umpire got hurt.
Umpire got hurt. Yes.
Like we're like, it's just the most impossible thing to explain.
Yes. Umpire.
She's like, there's guys in suits on the field. Like, what's going on? Like,
And we're like, did Judge get hurt? Like, did something happen? I was like, no, the umpire got hurt.
like commissioner people were like down on the field.
But yeah, there's a storyline now. It's not a like Clemmer, like it's not a bit. There's no bit happening. Like also, Dave is now just like he's been tweeting nonstop, and like the fact that Elio's talking to him, calling him, being like, "This is not a sports call. We're talking. Don't mention sports one bit. I have something to ask you." They talk, and he mentioned sports. Elio hung up in a second. He's tweeting at him, being like, "Florida's gonna." He has. This is a substantial bet for Elio too. Like it is a big one for him.
What does he have?
I don't know exactly the number, but
Panthers?
He's had Panthers before,
like a long time, like a deep future. Yeah, like before the playoffs.
Yeah, and he's been high on
with that. He had the Blues, like they're the worst team in the NHL, and he took them.
He writes it on his menu on
the piece of paper.
What the waiters write at his restaurant. That's how he does.
During the season, he just does like his top 10 teams. He just writes it on.
This is a legacy game for me as well.
Why is that?
I took them plus 270 when they were down 2-0.
Oh, let's go. Let's go.
And I could win a whopping $185.
There's nothing funnier though. Still that people like Elio does a special on Chicken Parm Heroes once he loses gambling bets.
I mean, like he goes on like a little cold streak, like pies for $8.99 at Tony's. Like large pie, like $10.
Like that's so fucking funny.
Gotta get a few in, get some.
There's still
in here.
Last thing, there's nothing funnier when people were screaming at Elio, being like, "Your subs are not 12 inches. You're shorting them, everybody." He was fucking screaming at everyone.
Was that a ruler?
You see this? You see this, motherfuckers?
The bread with the
12
ruler is
inches.
like 12 inches.
But yeah, I have Oilers tonight. There's no doubt in my mind that they're going to win. Dave wins. Goes on a duck boat. Scheffler. Oilers right in a row, 4 days in a row. Just how it's
4 days in a row, another $1 million in the bank.
Yeah, he's just gonna win. I don't know what to tell you. That's just how he's good. He should never bet a single game again.
You know what? It would be good for hockey.
Oh yeah,
It wins the biggest star
since '93.
Yeah, I mean Canada,
92?
obviously, but I mean McDavid's he's unbelievable.
He is the best player ever.
Do you guys think if the Oilers win tonight, they send Nicky Smokes to the parade in Edmonton?
I hope so.
Have to.
To Man on Street in Edmonton.
I truly
He'd
hope
probably
so.
get on the float.
Yeah,
they should put him.
I would put him on there.
He would get on the float.
Yeah,
Oh, he absolutely would get on the float.
100%. They should. He's the one that got him there. Does everyone have Oilers?
Oilers in the under. Under just game 7 unders are just like.
I'm not taking the Oilers, but
Under.
Avs right under.
It's one of those things. Just listen. Hey, it may lose tonight, but just like long-term hockey, basketball, game 7 unders is just a profitable.
Well, appreciate it tonight because tonight we just have it's
a couple baseball.
College World
after
Series.
College World Series.
Game 3, which is their version of game 7.
Yeah, Big T's going to the game, so they'll lose.
Also
Betting A&M tonight.
This too. We had on what was it, Friday? On Friday we had Smitty was on Zoom and we had Mincy on to give a couple college baseball picks. He basically was like they're like basically essentially not he didn't use the G word, but was like there's no way Tennessee doesn't win this series.
So A&M's winning tonight.
They immediately lose game 1.
Yeah, and he also gave out a pick last week. The over-under was like 12.5. Hey, man, they're going to score 18 this game, 18. It was like fine.
He's low-key, like, Rico's a bad gambler. Mincy is fucking awful.
He's been cold.
He's so bad at gambling. It's so funny. Mike's off.
Mike's off, dudes.
I don't see. Thanks for turning off my mic. I don't see any way possible that that Tennessee doesn't win the College World Series. That's word for word what he said.
Because
I didn't like come back yesterday. Like it was
they were down 1-0 in the 7th. They hit a 2-run
run.
homer, and then they scored a couple more and won it. But yeah, I mean their game 3, their game 7. Winner take all tonight.
They favored?
They're minus like 250 or something like that. They're over minus 200 tonight.
That's A&M written all over it. Big T fly into it tonight. Yeah.
Flying Omar just for I wish him the best. I like Knoxville's awesome. We had the Tennessee baseball coach on College Football Show. He was in the bus. Great guy.
I could care less who wins this game.
I don't really care.
I'm not going to watch an ounce of it, but good luck to Big T.
Crazy, one of those schools is going to get like a national title.
Yeah,
Tennessee or A&M.
wasn't gonna happen in any other sport.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're actually going to get one.
Never gonna happen in literally any other sport.
Women's curling?
Yeah. Anything in basketball or football, never. Let's do our picks right now so we have some time to explain them. Smitty.
You got the under Panthers Oilers. You got no runs first inning Rangers game, and Matt Waldron for the Padres. I think he's 8 games now where he's given up 2 runs or less in each of his starts, including last week against the Phillies. Called that out. He is at home facing Patrick Corbin, so Padres -1.5.
Yeah, I'm taking, like I said, I'm taking Oilers in the under. I'm also going to take, where is it I was looking for? I'm going to take the Rangers +150, Lorenzen on the mound. I'm going to take over 8 with Waldron, that Nationals Padres game, over 8 with Corbin and Waldron. And my dad wanted to mention that he's been to Japan on business, quote, "you clowns." Cultured. My father's cultured.
I love that. Like, just say he went to Japan. He probably he knows that now. That's
He
so
said,
fucking funny.
I'll read the text. He said that is correct. Last name first in Asia. That was like the initial that I said it, and then he said I've been to Japan on business. Like, next text, "you clowns."
So is he Suzuki Ichiro?
Dude,
like,
I can't do it again.
I will do it.
Like,
I don't know.
He changed
I don't
it.
know.
Yes. Yes, because that's what the chat was saying, that Ichiro Suzuki was his second most common name in Japan. So they said you should go by, like, it was like legitimately like, introduce me as Ichiro.
Yes.
To like help with his marketing.
So,
See, like Kurt Suzuki is just Kurt Suzuki. Imagine he just had Kurt. He's probably just from like Anaheim too.
yeah. What was I supposed to say? Fuck. I forget what I was gonna say.
Ichiro.
No, it was right before that.
Japan.
It's all right. I'm going Cubs today. Steele is pitching. Still undecided against it for the Giants, so I don't know what that's going to mean. But I'm going Steele -115 Cubs. I'm going with the Phillies -1.5 against the Tigers. It's against Casey Mize and Nola. I just hope you would think.
Yeah.
I am also going with the Reds against the Pirates. And then I'm going Oilers tonight, and then I'm going to bet the Rangers at +150. Did you say you had that?
Yeah, I'm on that.
Yeah, I mean,
Lorenzen's been pretty good,
Plus
especially
150.
lately. He's been good.
You're going against Peralta, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's good.
Peralta hasn't been the best, but
he's
I mean,
got,
he's going to go in there.
He's
And
got a 4 this
it's gonna be
year.
a
It's
fight.
not like
It's going to be a fight.
+150 though. I don't think the Brewers are fucking that good.
10 games of bluff.
The Rangers have been struggling.
Yeah, they've been bad.
They were struggling last year.
They're 37-40.
Remember, they almost didn't make the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
And then, of course, they win the World Series.
Yeah. No, yeah. Listen, tonight's gonna be interesting. We got a lot going on.
Also, I've been watching Euros. I think I'm becoming a national soccer guy.
You know what?
I think there's something about the representing the countries that gets me like fired up. You want to know another thing I realized? The games are way shorter.
Yeah, they are.
They're like in real time. I mean,
I don't get why.
From like the start to like the game ending, it's like an hour and
I'm
40
sorry.
minutes.
Compared to what?
I'm sorry, I have to interject.
Normal sports?
Rico had an all-time fucking comment about this unhealthy debate. Someone was saying this is why you should get into Euros, and Rico, he goes, I can't deal with the length of the games. And we're like, it's literally
Yeah, they're shorter.
It's literally an hour and a half.
They're like an hour. I realized I've been watching last week. I was watching them all week because I wanted shit to gamble on at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
So one of my good friends from college he's a big soccer guy. He started giving me picks, and they're doing like okay. So I just started watching them. I'll be watching today. They're at 3.
No,
The game they're like an hour 45 minutes like tops.
I was.
He couldn't wrap his head around the idea that it was like 90 minutes all the way through. Do you need 5
It's
extra
a
minutes to
running
get it
clock.
done?
Also, there's no commercials besides halftime.
Yes.
there's
No
nothing.
commercials. It's just
It's a
straight
great
action.
sport.
Ria's.
Say action.
But no, fair. But I'm saying like it's just
Straight game.
it's basically straight 45 and then plus whatever extra time they add,
Clock
and
is
that's
right.
it.
Ria's dad's a gambler, so I walked downstairs on I think it was Saturday, I think it was, and he's like, "Let's take Belgium." And I watched the entire game with Belgium won. It was a great time. I realized we were all ignorant growing up. We were. It's like this. I don't love it, soccer still, but I actually did enjoy watching it when there's nothing on.
See, Euros to me is it's the perfect storm of it's something to gamble on early. It's in the summer when there's just baseball basically on. That's it.
But confusing. I don't know what USA's playing.
And it's because it's
what's that?
It's Copa, so it's like it's North and South America. I've been learning.
I wish they just
Euros is.
So there's
I'm in on Euros. I don't know why. It just to me it's the
World Cup.
The national thing about it.
This is in between, so it's every 2 years for the Euros, every 4 years for the World Cup. This is actually last time the Euros happened. Italy won it all. Italy won Euros, and they were like one of the best teams in the world.
They kind of stink this year, no?
And then they didn't
They
qualify.
played today,
They didn't qualify for the World Cup. They won the Euros, and
That's
then
crazy.
less than a year later didn't qualify for the World
Hold
Cup.
on, Dukes, are they? Wait, is it in the Summer Olympics?
That's what I thought it would be.
The Summer Olympics they're starting
There's something weird where I don't know. I'll look it up. I know like the women's side, like everyone dresses. I'm not sure if it's the same for men's.
Oh,
Like you're saying they don't. I have no idea.
totally off topic, Smitty. I don't know if you were watching the Phillies game. I think it was yesterday or the day before. Did you see that country singer taking BP? Riley Duckman or Riley Green or whatever?
No.
It's fucking ginormous. The easiest home runs of all time. Bryce Harper came out and was like dapping him up after talking. Like it was. I'll show you a video after. He was fucking whacking home runs.
Wood or metal?
Wood.
Good for him.
It was. You wait till you see him. His arm is bigger than all.
Like,
He was probably a JUCO.
I was gonna say probably it's a college baseball
yeah,
player or
college
something.
baseball
yeah.
player. Tore his knee up and then just
I'll show it to you
picked up
right
the
after
guitar.
this. But it was
Did like the Mike Stud route.
Yeah. All right, that's the show. We'll be back tomorrow. I think we're having a show all week. I'll be able to come in Friday, so I think we're gonna have a show all week. We should have pretty much everyone here tomorrow. See you guys. Yak up now.